From the John J. Moore Athletic Center on the campus of New Jersey City University. Today, it's women's basketball on NJCU GothicKnights.com. Today, as the Gothic Knights ladies coming in at 0-5 on the season, they have a great test ahead of them, taking on two-time defending national champion Amherst, the number 7 Amherst Mammoths, coming in with a record of 4-1. Three-time defending champions also out of the tremendous NESCAC Conference. Hello, everybody, and welcome again to NJCU. I'm Ralpd Bednarczyk. For NJCU, under first-year head coach Pat Devaney, an alumnus of the program, class of 2012, he brought in 9 players, but the team, after hoping to be much more competitive this season, has been dealt a couple of tough blows recently with injuries. Sophomore backup point guard Mary Moan Graham just went down in the program's game yesterday against Rowan with a serious knee injury. She'll be done for the season after losing freshman starting center Jasmine Reese out of Hudson Catholic in Jersey City, New Jersey earlier this year, as Reese was the program's second leading scorer and leading rebounder. Reese going down during the team's 4th game on November the 28th, last Wednesday, against William Patterson. They take on an Amherst program that, while they had their 68-game winning streak come to an end November 20th, 70-67 at the hands of Eastern Connecticut State in a shocker across the Division III women's basketball landscape, they are a team that is picked to challenge for another national title once again this year. Back-to-back 33-0 seasons for the 3-time defending NESCAC champions under 12th-year head coach G.P. Gromacki. He has 2 preseason All-Americans on his roster, including starting shooting guard Hannah Fox, preseason number 2 teamer, and junior wing player Madeline Eck, a preseason 3rd-team All-American out of nearby Rye, New York. So Amherst has been a program that has been known to play super man-to-man defense. Last year they set a new NCAA record by holding teams to just 38 points per game, and they come in off of a victory yesterday, a lopsided win against the CUNY defending champion Brooklyn College Bulldogs, 60-27, pulling away over the second half of that game. So for NJCU, it's an opportunity to get better and see what the very top of Division III women's basketball is like, and to compete and play hard for all 50 minutes, or all 40 minutes, I should say. Time to introduce our starters for NJCU. In the backcourt, it'll be Miranda Bacon, senior point guard, transfer from Kane University from Neptune. She'll be joined by Jasenia Montalvo, senior shooting guard from Hillside, New Jersey in Bayonne High School. At the 3 position, Zaira Taylor-Gaston is a 5'8 freshman from Jersey City's Marist High School. Christine Bizup will play the 4th guard, 5'7 senior from Fort Lee High School. And then Miranda Bacon, or rather Maisha Bacon, her twin sister, at 5'4", will play the 5 spot, also from Neptune. From Amherst, Maeve McNamara, the senior point guard from Arlington, Massachusetts. And the wing spots, it'll be Madeline Eck, junior from Rye, and Hannah Fox, a junior from Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. Danny Valdez, a freshman from Poughkeepsie, New York, is the center. Cam Hendricks is the 6'1 junior forward from Glastonbury, Connecticut. As the tip is up and we're underway with NJCU in the green on green, white on white for Amherst. Our officials, veteran crew with Rich Fetter, Zoe Robbins, and Gerda Gatling doing the honors. This is a pull-up jumper from the elbow and a knockdown shot as NJCU has the lead. Miranda Bacon on the pull-up. 2-2-1 pressure shown here by Coach Pat Devaney as Amherst is able to break it. And for Amherst, this is a team that brought back 3 starters. Maeve McNamara airballs the 3 out of bounds, and a good start for NJCU. In talking to Amherst coach G.P. Gromacki, it's still about this team growing together with 3 new starters, sharing the ball at an optimal rate. They are scoring 68 points per game, which is probably the best, he's felt, probably the best offense they'll have in years. They've been so predicated on great defense. As Christine Bizup on the shot, and it'll be tipped out of bounds, last touched by NJCU's Zaira Taylor-Gaston. But the 67 or the 70 points per game allowed to Eastern Connecticut really threw off some of the Amherst numbers. They're still only allowing 44 points per game. Amherst breaks pressure easily. Lefty layup missed inside by Hannah Fox. Rebound pulled in by Danny Valdez. fresh shot clock for Amherst. Down the lane, righty finger roll. That's off from Cam Hendricks. And the rebound last touched by the Gothic Knights. Hannah Fox leads Amherst, averaging over 20 points per game. Maraja Bacon averaging an even 20 on 28% from the floor for NJCU. So the game has a pair of high scores. The inbound, batted away. Good defense again by the Gothic Knights. Coach Pat Devaney asking his shorthanded team to play hard for 40 minutes and try to put Amherst under some pressure and see if they can get some easy baskets. Hannah Fox. Fox got it down low. Danny Valdez. Baseline drive. Maeve McNamara, the point guard. Feed inside. Wild shot. And it'll go over the backboard on the lefty scoop layup. So not the start that Amherst wanted. As the Gothic Knights have possession and the lead, we've played 90 seconds. Amherst known for their stingy man-to-man defense. Quick three, Zaira Taylor-Gaston, that's off. And Hannah Fox, who is an excellent rebounder for a guard. Swings it, Madeline Eck, and we're tied at 2. Eck with some friends and family here in attendance out of Rye, New York with the knockdown. And Amherst, known for playing such great defense by understanding player tendencies and also having tremendous athletes that take pride in those matchups, is Maisha Bacon on the drive, has it knocked out of her hands out of bounds. It's not a fancy scheme. They haven't played one possession of zone this year. As quick inbound, Maisha Bacon. And Bacon with the ball on the ground. Jump ball, the arrow will point to Amherst's way. And we'll get an early sub now as Jade Duvall, a 5'11" freshman from Cleveland, Ohio. Prestigious academic institution, Western Reserve Academy, is now in. Duvall plays a backup post. It's not a big Amherst team, but they're very skilled. Eck, baseline jumper, that is off from Fox. And NJCU able to rebound. Pushing is Maraja Bacon. Bacon to the basket, will score off the glass through contact of Maeve McNamara. Maraja with all 4 for NJCU. McNamara ahead. Madeline Eck. Pull-up jumper inside the lane. That's off from Maeve McNamara. And the rebound will come down, and here come the Gothic Knights. Maisha Bacon. And dish looking to her twin sister, Maraja, and that's out of bounds. Early sub for NJCU is Maya Neal, who now elevates to the backup point guard spot from East Orange and Newark Tech High School. Up ahead, pressure broken, and Duvall will go up for the layup. Jade Duvall as Amherst able to break pressure. So we are tied at 4. After Amherst had started 1 for their first 7. Long 3 is off from Maraja Bacon. And out ahead to leak out, Maeve McNamara. McNamara running layup, that's off. Good closeout there for Maraja Bacon. And Maya Neal will settle it. Jasenia Montalvo, and just getting herself healthy now from dealing with an ankle injury. Turning into a contested 3, Maraja Bacon, that's off. Rebound tipped out by Taylor-Gaston. And a fresh shot clock for the Gothic Knights as they have battled Amherst, the number 7 team of the country, quite well early. NJCU's opened up 2 of 6 from the floor. Now from the right elbow, the pull-up and the knockdown, Maraja Bacon. All 6 now for the Gothic Knights. Breaking pressure, Madeline Eck, and picking up the NJCU foul. Well, as the Gothic Knights are competing here hard, the area that could really hurt them would be fouls as Jasenia Montalvo picks up her first. So here is Madeline Eck, a preseason third-team All-American, as Coach G.P. Gromacki calls her a rare talent. Moves that you just can't teach. And also for the first time, Amherst will bring in Megan Sullivan, who's the backup point guard now from Granby, Massachusetts. And Eck had some Division I feelers coming out of high school. Misses the second. And the rebound saved by Duval, but right to the hands of Taylor Gaston for NJCU. Taylor Gaston will take it in, and the shot bothered just enough by Cam Hendricks. Amherst with Eck. Fox to swing it. Good extra pass. Cam Hendricks for three. Timeout NJCU. And a nice knockdown from Hendricks, who was able to drill the three. First timeout used by NJCU. Amherst with his first lead at 8-6. And Hendricks, 7 of 21 from three coming in with the knockdown. So the remarkable accomplishments by this Amherst program, they allowed an NCAA record 38.8 points per game last year. That set a new Division III historical record, and allowing just 28% from the field. That would also likely be top 5, and just 24% from three. Not an overly significantly large team, only plus 10 rebounding. And their toughest tests, as you might imagine if you follow college sports in any way, came in the NESCAC play. Last year defeated Tufts 44-40 in one of their only close games of the season before they blasted Bowdoin in the national championship game, a fellow NESCAC team, 65-45. 2 years ago was the same thing. They beat Tufts by 4 points before a comfortable win in the national final. As we get a foul against Amherst, Megan Sullivan picking up her first. First team foul apiece. And Fox coming up with the steal. Montalvo just did not meet the basketball. Fox pushing. Inside, Eck. Good extra pass. Jay Duval will pull up. And NJCU able to rebound. Bacon able to change her shot and contort her body. Maraja Bacon now with all 8. So this is an NJCU team that is undersized and predicated on playing tough man-to-man defense and running as much as they can. Amherst will run some offensive sets, not necessarily a much different kind of a scheme. Duval into Bishop, and Bishop picking up the personal. So Christine Bishop, who goes at 5'7", and on this NJCU team, particularly without freshman center Jasmine Reese, who goes 6'1", and Jasmine will have her surgery coming up. And she is forced to play in a post role as Duval knocks down the free throw. Duval averages 6 points off the bench, 4 rebounds. And Amherst will bring back their center, freshman Danny Valdez, who starred at Our Lady of Lourdes in Poughkeepsie, New York, a power out of the lower Hudson Valley, under coach Alan Vianney. Amherst up 10-8. They led Brooklyn College last night on the road in a hostile gym at Brooklyn College, only 7-6 after one before putting together a shutdown second and third quarters. Montalvo. Maraja Bacon had to force, and rather Maisha Bacon had to force, and that's out of bounds for a shot clock violation. Yeah, yesterday against Brooklyn College, quite the impressive performance by NJCU, or by Amherst defensively, as Amherst turns it over. Amherst led at 9-7 at the break before outscoring Brooklyn 20-2 and 20-6 in the second and third quarters. And they held Brooklyn College for the game to just 18% shooting and 1 of 11 from 3. Maisha Bacon, and with the ball deflected and the steal by Hannah Fox. Hawks pushes, and the leave and the shot to left hand, that's off by Megan Sullivan. Rebound inside, pulled out by Madeline Eck. Amherst will keep it. And they'll swing it, Megan Sullivan. On the entry, Valdez. And Valdez, under some pressure, is tied up. Excellent help defense by the Gothic Knights to force the turnover. So that's the second turnover by Amherst. As the Mammoths have opened up 3 of 13 from the floor, NJCU 4 of 10. Pull up long 2, Maraja Bacon. And the rebound with a good box out from Cam Hendricks. On the entry, Valdez. Valdez made a good move. Good walling off by Natalia Ordonez, 5'7" freshman from Weehawken. The other way very quickly, Maisha Bacon hoping she was fouled. Fox on the push ahead. Sullivan, great pass, easy lay-in for Danny Valdez. Valdez first field goal. And Amherst leads by 4 as we come up on the final 2 minutes of this opening quarter from the John J. Moore Athletic Center, campus of NJCU in Jersey City. Aisha Bacon over-dribbled, and the takeaway again, Hannah Fox. Fox set a new career high in points just a couple games ago as she misses the runner. And the rebound, Maraja Bacon. Maraja to Maya Neal as NJCU looks to space the floor. Then on the drive, getting to the rim, Maraja Bacon is fouled. So Maraja Bacon to the free throw line where she's at 62%. Maraja also averaging nearly 9 rebounds, playing 38 minutes, and having an all-NJAC conference first team kind of a season. Now she misses the first. And back in the game, Zaira Taylor-Gaston. And there's so much pressure on Maraja right now at this point, but someone that Pat Devaney says she hates losing, will do whatever it takes to win in every statistic. She makes the second free throw and has all 9 points for the Gothic Knights. Maeve McNamara, who is also on the Amherst women's soccer team that reached the Division III Sweet 16, so she missed the first game of the year that weekend, and basically, once soccer ended, got 1 practice in, played in game number 2. Good cut, and the shot in and out. That's no good. Good scrap as Madeline Eck missed it, and Eck will pull out the miss. And then stepping through on the drive, Megan Sullivan, offensive foul. And that was lined up from a mile away. Maraja Bacon able to draw it. Second foul on Megan Sullivan, with her younger sister Kate Sullivan, both from Granby, Massachusetts, also on the Amherst team. Bizub able to leave it, and a shot from Maya Neal is off, trying to 3. Final minute, opening quarter. Megan Sullivan. On the entry, trying to get to her right hand, but missing the layup is Madeline Eck after making a good move. Half minute to go. Mid-range pull-up, Maraja Bacon is off. NJCU 4 of 14 from the floor. Amherst 4 of 18. Good extra pass underneath, and for the lay-in to Danny Valdez. Amherst with its largest lead now at 5. Maraja Bacon, 5 seconds to go on the blow-by. And Maraja Bacon continues to score. She's got all 11 for the Gothic Knights, as they're in a good battle here with the 2-time defending national champion Amherst College Mammoths. Number 7 Mammoths 14 and NJCU 11 at the end of the first quarter of play. For NJCU, they come in off of a 79-60 loss yesterday afternoon here at home against Rowan, where they suffered their second significant injury of the season. And talking to head coach Pat Devaney, bringing in new players, feels the kids have been playing very hard. It's been about implementing the system and everybody getting to know one another and building the chemistry on the floor. He runs multiple defense, big defensive coach. And playing without the injured Jasmine Reese, he was very proud of the effort yesterday where they played 100%, pressed the entire game, never gave up, played with a lot of heart, and that's what they appear to be doing here through one quarter. Just wants to see him move the ball more efficiently and get more assists. And with Maraja Bacon having all 11 points, and Bacon is a prolific scorer, but NJCU does not have an assist yet. And once her teammates can get more comfortable, particularly with all the newcomers on the roster, that could be a significant area of growth for NJCU. And right now he has used a hard man-to-man, and including a 2-2-1 pressure that's got Amherst to rush some of their shots a bit. Amherst 5 of 19, 26% in the opening quarter. And they turned it over 3 times. So now Maeve McNamara. Hannah Fox will play off the ball a lot. And right now Fox on the bench. This is Megan Sullivan. Eck will swing it. Maeve McNamara. Entry to Valdez. Sullivan setting the screen. Maeve McNamara. Shot clock to 5. The 3 from Hendricks goes down. Second 3 from Cam Hendricks, who came in just 7 of 21 from beyond the arc, able to step out. Cam from Glastonbury, Connecticut, goes 6'1", and has a lot of length and starting to go inside a little bit. And she is one of the 3 returning starters. And she is known as a face-up 4 player. And tough fall away, Maraja Bacon, that's off, with Danny Valdez able to clear. McNamara to push transition. Valdez, Hendricks, as Hendricks took it to the basket, and she picks up the NJCU foul. And we'll get the blocking foul against Maraja Bacon, picking up her first. And that will get Cam Hendricks to the free throw line. Hendricks made a lot of big shots in last year's Final Four and National Championship run. And you can see how good of a compliment she is to both Eck and Fox. She makes both free throws. Hendricks last year averaged 6 points, 5 rebounds, modest numbers. And now in her junior year, being asked to step up. Off of a screen, wide open look, that's a 3. Zaira Taylor Gaston. Big shot from Zaira. That allowed NJCU to apply the pressure. For Zaira, just her 3rd made 3, came in 2 of 11. Eck out to Megan Sullivan, wide open, knocking down the 3. Sullivan able to drill it. Second made 3 for Amherst. We'll make that 3rd 3. And no closeout, so 22-14. Bizzub, and then Bizzub lost control of it. Megan Sullivan to steal for Amherst. Sullivan the layoff, Hendricks with a left hand. Off the mistake on the other end, Cam Hendricks, first player to double figures, now with 10. And the lead 10 for the Mammoths. This time, Taylor Gaston met on the curl cut and was able to swing it to Ordonez. D3, Maraja Bacon, well short. And not the shot, I think, that Pat Devaney wanted. And Maraja Bacon now 5 of 11 from the floor. Madeline Eck, baseline drive. Able to contort her body. Timeout, NJCU, with Amherst putting together a run. And the lead is 12. They have outscored NJCU 12-3 in the second quarter. And that has been the identity of Amherst over these recent years. They find a way to suffocate teams over 1 quarter of play generally. They graduated 4 players out of the class of 2018, including 2 starters, notably starting point guard Hannah Hackley. 5 new freshmen, so it's a little bit of a bigger class for Amherst women's basketball. A program that has won 3 national championships, been to the Final Four 8 times, won the NESCAC a remarkable 8 times, including the last 3 years. NJCU out of the timeout, 10 to shoot from Maraja Bacon. Off the screen, Taylor Gaston, good extra pass. Ordonez, rimmed off, but some better offense from NJCU. Fox pushing. Fox pressured and then fouled. NJCU put her in the coffin corner, but Maya Neal will pick up the personal. Fox, a player that can run all day, also plays for the Amherst women's lacrosse team. Came primarily to Amherst to play basketball before adding lacrosse. As Valdez inside called for traveling. So the 4th turnover by Amherst. And they've shot it at 39%. NJCU at 6 of 19. All but 1 field goal from Maraja Bacon. Neal. And Neal nearly made the good pass, and it's out of bounds. She had an open Zaira Taylor-Gaston. NJCU will bring back Maisha Bacon in a dead ball inbounding situation to try to pressure Amherst. And Amherst able to break it quite nicely. On the entry, Bishop with the deflection on Valdez. Swung to the other side as they look for Hendricks. Fox. Sullivan. The shot clock to 6. Hannah Fox. Out to Hendricks. A forced 3. That's short. And a good defensive possession for NJCU. It's an Amherst team that is averaging 68 points per game, as I mentioned. Shot clock to 7. Turning the corner, Maya Neal. Neal attacking Fox. And a wild righty scoop layup is off. And the pass up ahead, that's thrown away by Amherst. And the pickup by Zaira Taylor-Gaston. Baseline drive, Maraja Bacon. And Bacon called for the offensive foul. And that is number 2 on Maraja. So a decision to make for Coach Pat Devaney with 4:43 remaining before halftime. He's going to keep Maraja Bacon on the floor, with the score being what it is and just finding a way to hang in against Amherst. Maeve McNamara up ahead. Jay Duval could not finish. And Fox losing the rebound. And Amherst just a shade off in this one. Just not hitting their layups, and they are playing in the second of a back-to-back, as is NJCU, and at times that can be the greatest equalizer. Bacon the lead for Maya Neal. And Bacon is called for traveling. So the turnover by NJCU, and that is their 9th. Dave McNamara out of the prestigious Buckingham, Brown, and Nicholson School. Or rather, just Nichols School, beg your pardon. As that ball deflected by Ordonez into the backcourt. Amherst with it again. Hendricks on the entry, Duval. Could not hit the lefty layup. Fox then is fouled in the rebounding action. Hannah Fox is known as an excellent rebounder from the guard position. Fox is averaging nearly 6 boards a game. And the foul was against Natalia Ordonez, picking up her first. And the 4th team foul against the Gothic Knights. Fox shoots it also 40%, or 46% from 3, 51 from the floor. Just super numbers at the Division III level. Hendricks on the cut. Hendricks righty scoop shot, rimmed off, and the foul on the floor with Duval collecting the rebound. And the foul against Christine Bizub is her second. And 15th foul, this sends Jade Duval to the free throw line. Jade has started one game averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds off the bench. Still perfect in her career from the line. Now 4 of 4. And misses the second. But Duval's going to be a very nice piece for Coach G.P. Gramacki. Bizub thought about the 3, and then stripped and lost it. McNamara, the takeaway. Up ahead, Fox racing ahead, and one. For Hannah Fox, that's her first field goal. And she's going to the line. But the live ball turnover buries the Gothic Knights. As Amherst will bring in 6'1" freshman post player Courtney Resch from San Francisco. Fox also averaging 2 steals a game, over 4 assists, and perfect at the stripe this season, 13 out of 13. Attended the prestigious Penn Charter High School, playing in the Philadelphia Private School League. Big step to the basket. Taylor Gaston could not finish. McNamara, she looked down low. Ball swung down low. Duval got better position. Jay Duval able to get it to fall. So Jay Duval now with 7 points. And it's been the post players for Amherst that have been effective. Valdez with 4. Hendricks, who is more of a shooting face-up 4, she has 10. And Duval with 7. Tough pull-up by Maraja Bacon. That's off. Eck, good extra pass out of the corner, and the 3 knocked down Hannah Fox. So Fox at 46% from 3, and she had not scored yet. And the balance starting to showcase itself on this deep Amherst team. And I'm talking to G.P. Gramacki about the strength of this team, and he likes that they have a lot of scoring options. We get the travel against Zaira Taylor Gaston. And the NJCU turnover. McNamara, Eck from the 8-foot pull-up. That's short. And NJCU trying to run, but the pass off the hands a little bit behind by Ordonez, looking for Maya Neal. 12th NJCU turnover as McNamara went to the corner. Fox, the drive, this one rimming off. And Duval could not secure the rebound. Hannah Fox has started the game 2 of 6. But Amherst still with the healthy lead now of 35-14 after a 14-11 opening quarter. Off the crossover, Maisha Bacon picking up the Amherst foul. The foul against Madeline Eck, picking up her first, and just a first-team foul. But this sends Maisha Bacon to the line. Bacon is the team's third leading scorer, and just a shade under 7 points per game. And not many attempts yet this year, 5 of 8, but she knocks down the first. The Bacon twins from Neptune, New Jersey, along the Jersey Shore. 2 made free throws, and NJCU can put on some pressure. Fox. Duval to the right-hand jump hook off the glass. More outstanding position from Jay Duval. About a 1-second differential between the shot and game clock. Maisha Bacon, and now Coach Pat Devaney wants to call a timeout with 5.5 seconds to go in the first half, 5 seconds to shoot, as he was not happy with the lack of movement offensively. Meanwhile, Jane Duval with 9 points, her early season and career high, came in the loss against Eastern Connecticut November 20th. She had 13 points that day, and she is lined up to have a big performance today. Amherst does not have a huge rotation or roster. Typically, GP Gromacki will play about 9 players. And his base man-to-man has been very effective as they force Maraja Bacon into a tough percentage. Bacon has 11 of the 16 NJCU points. So we'll see what kind of concept NJCU will come out with. But they've got 5 seconds to shoot. Won't have enough time necessarily for an offensive rebound. And a 5 count. Maisha Bacon could not get it in. So now Amherst with the shot clock turned off. And Hannah Fox, a real big threat here is Fox along the baseline. Able to turn the corner with 2. Fox the heave. That'll take care of the first half. But the big quarters that Amherst is known for, they put one together in the second as they hold NJCU to just 5 points in the period and just 1 field goal. And they were able to outscore NJCU 23-5 in the period, and they hold the 37-16 halftime lead. I'll step away and be back in about 14 minutes to bring you the third quarter. You're watching NJCU Gothic Knights women's basketball on NJCUGothicKnights.com. Welcome back on NJCU GothicNights.com. Ralpd Bednarczyk with you moments from starting the third quarter as you're watching NJCU women's basketball battle two-time defending national champion and number 7 ranked Amherst, as Amherst leads 37-16 after a 23-5 second quarter. It was 14-11 at the end of one. NJCU battled well, and they had a couple of early leads before Amherst's great balance showed itself. Halftime numbers, Amherst shooting at 39%, NJCU down at 27%. Big problem for NJCU. They're just not getting great balance offensively. Maraja Bacon has 11 of their 16 points. Zaira Taylor-Gaston has knocked down a 3, is the only other field goal, and Maisha Bacon has a pair of free throws. NJCU's turned it over 13 times. Amherst not quite efficient yet. 39% from the floor, 5 turnovers, but they have 13 assists on 13 made field goals. That's certainly their style. And they're led in scoring by Cam Hendricks, 10 points on 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. 6 points from Hannah Fox, who turned it on in the second quarter. And Jade Duval, the freshman off the bench, has 9 points. 4 off of tying her career high set earlier this season against Eastern Connecticut State. But NJCU is going to be able to get a lot from this game and a great learning opportunity to see what the very top of Division III women's basketball and to a lesser extent what the top of the NJAC will look like. Third quarter underway. There's Maraja Bacon going to work. He's able to knock down the shot off glass. NJCU allowing to put on some pressure now. And Bacon with 13 points. Leading scorer for NJCU, averaging 20. Lob down low on the catch. And it's left short by Danny Valdez with Bizub on the glass. And can NJCU get some more people encouraged enough and confident enough offensively? Instead, it's Bacon, and that shot rims off. And then Maraja nearly forced the turnover, and she deflected it while she was out of bounds. Great hustle from Maraja Bacon as she chased Maeve McNamara from the backside. Amherst will get it into McNamara. McNamara a couple games ago against Emmanuel College had 12 assists to set a new single season or single game record for the program. There in the follow is Hannah Fox on the weak side after the initial miss. And Fox now with 8. Jasenia Montalvo did not attempt a shot in the opening half. Now Maisha Bacon defended by Madeline Eck. Shot clock to 7, and Bacon may have over-dribbled, got it to Montalvo on the pull-up, and the knockdown. Jasenia Montalvo did not play last year. Now in her senior year from Bayonne, was originally recruited by Coach Pat Devaney when he was an assistant. Pass ahead, and Montalvo the steal. On the pull-up, Zaire Taylor-Gaston missing a good look from 3. Fox. Valdez to the right-hand turnaround jump hook. Nice move from Danny Valdez, getting secondary break. And Amherst builds its largest lead now at 21. Tough pull-up, and there's Maraja Bacon sticking another tough shot. 15 for Maraja. Fox to leave. Hendricks had knocked down a couple of earlier threes. As I said, Cam Hendricks, 7 of 21 coming in, and had a huge Final Four. But she was a big reason, kind of an unsung hero for Amherst last year as a secondary player that stepped up big to help knock off Bowdoin by 20 to win the national championship. Maraja Bacon again, a tough 2, and a force nearly saved down low by Zaire Taylor-Gaston. And here comes Eck. Fox turns down the 3, and then into the baseline 2. So Hannah Fox now with 10, joining Cam Hendricks. And Fox, after the slow start, continues to do what she does. She truly fills up the stat sheet, averaging nearly 6 rebounds a game for a 5'7" guard. Maraja Bacon, and the help came by Eck to strip it. Loose ball, Maraja Bacon got it back. Out to Montalvo it went. Bishop, the shot, with the shot clock expiring. What a tough runner from Christine Bishop, her first bucket. Valdez on the entry. NJCU not sending the double, and a shot by over Taylor Gaston. Good defense there by NJCU. And forcing Valdez to hesitate. We've played nearly 5 minutes of this third quarter. Today from the John J. Moore Athletic Complex, here on the campus of NJCU in Jersey City. With the shot clock at 8. Montalvo on the back end. Has to force it over Fox, and it's a shot clock violation. And again, the Gothic Knights trying to get more movement off ball. Under first-year coach Pat Devaney, his greatest area of improvement he was looking for is just getting more assists. And that's right now the greatest struggle, and getting more movement off the ball. NJCU just 2 team assists. Meanwhile, Amherst at the very top of the sport, 14 assists. Eck, her runner missed. And the rebound pulled out by Hendricks. Fox off the good ball fake. Left that short. Jay Duval back on the floor, clears out some space and scores. So Duval with 11, timeout NJCU. And Duval with a strong rebound. She's going to be a force at the Division III level. And Jay Duval, 5'11", from Cleveland, Ohio. That gives Amherst coach G.P. Gromacki a different kind of a dimension. She's very athletic. She shows great flashes, as he described, and they hope she brings consistency. And she also brings a different element. And I wonder, will she play together at times with Danny Valdez to give them 2 post options? But Hendricks is such a good stretch 4 to space the floor, and it gives him very good options and something to tinker with once Amherst gets into some more games that are lopsided. This is the first ever meeting for NJCU versus any NESCAC conference member, and the first time they've hosted any NESCAC team in any sports. They will also host Wesleyan in January. New coach Pat Devaney, upon taking the job, had some openings in the schedule and also showing that he wants to go out and play the very best. And it's a great recruiting tool, and it's great for his players to see what the very best of the sport looked like. And a chance to see your mistakes get magnified, and a chance for respectability when you take on these teams. And credit G.P. Gromacki, who also has had a tough time scheduling because of how good they've been. And it's also allowed him to double up on a road trip because they played at Brooklyn College last night against the defending CUNY champion, Brooklyn Bulldogs. As we get a tie up as Maraja Bacon, Maisha Bacon took it into a crowd, and the tie-up will give it to Amherst. So that's a positive development for NJCU. And a chance for the players to learn and get a sharpening opportunity to see what fundamentals really look like for these teams. As Duval on the pass out. Good extra pass to Eck. Airballs the 3. Duval gave it up, and the pass through the legs of Eck out of bounds. So the Amherst turnover. And for Amherst, their 7th turnover. Pass down low, deflected by Duval. And going down to the floor is Megan Sullivan. And in a spin dribble, Eck lost it. And then Duval is fouled. And the foul will be against Maisha Bacon, picking up her second. As Natalia Ordonez checks back in from nearby Weehawken, New Jersey. Weehawken High School. Ordonez playing a backup forward position. On the kick out, wide open for three. That's Madeline Eck. Eck with the knockdown has 8. And Eck came in just 2 of 5 from 3. Amherst as a team, 34% from 3. And they average about 7 makes per game. But it's been their defense that has always been their calling card, as Maraja Bacon. Shot may have been partially blocked. Pass underneath for Hendricks, who gathers and scores. Good dish down low from Megan Sullivan. And Hendricks with 12. The other way, Maraja Bacon with an and one. So 17 for Maraja Bacon. And going to the free throw line. Megan Sullivan picking up her third. So for Maraja Bacon, she's going to be right on her average. And the question for Maraja moving forward the rest of her senior year, and can she help her teammates be better? And she has the free throw. And on a team that has a lot of newcomers, a lot of pressure on her to get 20 points a night, then can she do that in a more efficient way and get a couple more of assists a game? Duval then lost it. She had good post position on Natalia Ordonez, and Ordonez has played good defense in this one. Pat Devaney calls her a great defender, a backup shooting guard, and does all the little things. She was the 4th recruit for Coach Devaney, and she looks like she's going to be a keeper. And as Bizub held it, we have an Amherst player shaking up Megan Sullivan. And Sullivan favoring her eye. Or rather, it looks like her mouth. Megan Sullivan was the starting shooting guard for Amherst, and injuries have unfortunately plagued her in her career. Torn ACL as a freshman with some other nagging injuries like an MCL and an ankle sprain last year. And now in her senior year. And Sullivan, tough customer, is going to stay in as she winces. Maraja Bacon on the tough 2. Sullivan tipping the rebound right to Eck. And then NJCU able to jam the rebound. Up ahead, Fox, though, will catch up to it. Hannah Fox into Bizum, and the blocking foul, and one. Bizum, if she stands her ground, probably takes a charge. But she was moving, and Fox headed to the free throw line. So for Hannah Fox, she'll go right into the women's lacrosse season sometime in March when Amherst is done. Was an honorable mention All-American last year, first team All-NESCAC. Scored a career-high 33 points recently in a game against Emmanuel, but she misses her first free throw of the season. But Amherst has pushed the lead to 52-27. Maraja Bacon off the front rim and down. 20 for Maraja. And on the inbound, it's off the hands of Megan Sullivan. Bacon met in a switch by Hannah Fox. Maisha Bacon. And the tough runner picks up another Amherst foul. And the foul will be against Courtney Resch, picking up her first. So it will be Maisha Bacon to the free throw line. Maisha more of a three player. And as Pat Devaney, I think, affectionately said, she's her sister's bodyguard. She'll play 1 through 5 this year. Boxes out, rebounds, is a very good complement to her twin sister. She makes both free throws. And nearly trapped was Resch before she got it out to Fox. Offensive rebound, Megan Sullivan, she missed it. And the rebound pulled down. Here's Maraja Bacon speeding ahead. Bacon and Duval came up with a block but a foul. Bacon puts defenders under immediate pressure as Duval picks up the first personal of the day. Like an NFL defensive back, you have to make some choices with her. And Maraja to the free throw line for just the second time today. And Maraja 62%. As into the game for Amherst, replacing her older sister Megan is Kate Sullivan, a 5'8" sophomore, of course, from Granby, Massachusetts. Second one is short with Duval rebounding. Kate Sullivan's a backup wing and also their third point guard. As she skips it well, and there's the three knocked down instantly. And there is Lauren Pelosi, a 5'9" freshman from Middlebury, Connecticut, from the Taft School. Great skip pass from Kate Sullivan. Amber's now 6 of 10 from 3 as that shot is off by Maisha Bacon. And then the travel as Maisha Bacon caught up to Courtney Resch. So the turnover is the 9th by Amherst. Making number 10. NJCU's calmed down the turnovers a bit. They're at 14. And just 1 here in the quarter, which is a very positive sign for Coach Pat Devaney's team. Maya Neal tried the step back, blocked by Fox. Bizup steps back. Front rim of the three. Neal floats it up. Bizup had the rebound. And in a collision, we get the tie-up. And Ordonez is going to pick up the foul in a wild sequence with 3.5 to go in the quarter. Ordonez picking up her second. Up ahead for Fox. She'll get it off. It would count. And she hit front rim. 55-31 as Amherst and NJCU play a competitive third quarter. It was just 18-15. And NJCU committing just 1 turnover in the period. So for the Gothic Knights, this is lined up to be a loss, but a lot of positives that have emerged from this when you face top competition. And for Amherst coach G.P. Gromacki, I think he is not pleased with his team's efficiency in this one. After this, Amherst will continue non-conference play next Saturday. They'll take on Maine Maritime before a long break for Christmas. They'll travel out to the annual tournament in Las Vegas. They'll take on Westfield State and then Wisconsin-Stevens Point. And then a California trip over New Year's, taking on the Redlands and Chapman College in Orange, California, before opening up NESCAC play at Trinity on Friday, January the 4th. Amherst having its 68-game winning streak come to an end November 20th against Eastern Connecticut State. And Coach J.P. Gromacki thought that we really learned a lot from that game. They responded well, playing good basketball since. Last night, it was Girl Scout night, raucous atmosphere with the cheerleaders and the band at Brooklyn College. And he was proud of the way his team responded over the second and third quarters against a Brooklyn team that has a lot of talent, and they're the preseason favorites to win the CUNY this year. That'll end up being a very good win for Amherst, with Brooklyn likely going to win around 20 games this year at the minimum. That was the most points that NJCU had scored in a quarter. Maraja Bacon blocked inside, and the block by Courtney Resch. Fox on the push. Maeve McNamara, feet set. Missed a three. Offensive rebound. Resch. That one rimming out. Resch gets her own miss. And Amherst has just had a lid on the rim at times with a lot of quality looks. And the foul on Maisha Bacon is her third. Amherst shooting at 41% as Bizub picks up another personal foul. And that's her fourth, as she's trying to deal with Jane Duval down low. And the inbound stolen away by Maya Neal. NJCU to push it ahead, and they're getting to the free throw line. So Maraja Bacon with 20, and we'll try to build on that. As Kate Sullivan picked up the personal. One of two for Maraja Bacon. And now a steal, a takeaway. Maraja Bacon took it away from Fox. Bacon to the runner off the glass. 23 points now. And it might be one of the best performances against Amherst this year. Another steal. Maisha Bacon. Pass for Ordonez. And NJCU will get a reset. Maraja Bacon came off Duval, the rebound in traffic, and the foul. So for Maraja Bacon, it is now a new season high for her. She had 22 points against SUNY Purchase, and 23 here with a lot of time left. Fox shooting over Montalvo, could not get that to fall. Duval, the rebound again in traffic. Good extra pass, Lauren Pelosi, and missed a three. Maisha Bacon, and the foul against McNamara. Or rather against Sullivan, I should say. Bacon on the first. As returning is Zaira Taylor-Gaston. And first time that Maraja Bacon has knocked down both free throws. Resch, and Resch is immediately fouled on the pressure. And Amherst coach G.P. Gramacki is going to bring back his starting point guard and Maeve McNamara, and also for the first time, Gabrielle Zafiro, a freshman guard from Glen Head, New York. A 6-year varsity career, scored over 2,000 career points at North Shore High School. She comes in for the first time. And now another foul against Zaira Taylor-Gaston. And that's team foul number 5, and that'll be free throws the rest of the quarter for Amherst. So Courtney Resch will shoot them. Gabrielle Zafiro, wonderful 6-year career. One of the greatest players ever out of Nassau County on the floor. And she's going to get some time here to continue to get more comfortable. Played a lot like a Grinnell of Iowa type of offense where it's quickly push the ball up ahead and shoot threes. This is a little bit of a different look for her in terms of structure. So we'll see what she can provide. Meanwhile, Courtney Resch made both free throws, 57-36. Bacon again powers her way through. Maraja Bacon with 27. And it'll be interesting to check the last time Amherst gave up 30 to one player. As good pressure on Eck, and it's knocked out of bounds off of Eck. And the Bacon twin sisters combining on the trap. So Amherst turning it over again for the 13th time. Bacon, quick pull-up, and a late closeout on the foul. Madeline Eck picking up the personal. So Maraja Bacon to the free throw line and flirting with a 30-point game. She comes off of yesterday's performance against Rowan where she shot 9 of 13 from the free throw line. And now with 28. Today at the free throw line, Maraja now 5 of 9. A 29-point effort. 29 of the 40 NJCU has scored. Amherst able to break pressure. Kate Sullivan. And Maeve McNamara to settle it. Eck trying to get herself to the basket, and it will count. Through contact, Madeline Eck into double figures with 10. Cam Hendricks, Hannah Fox, both returning. And Eck will shoot the free throw. Eck averaged 14.5 points per game last year during the NESCAC tournament as she makes the free throw. And the lead back to 20 for Amherst. Bacon missed a shot, offensive rebound, and a tie-up as Maya Neal was tied up, and the arrow going the other way. McNamara, and such a competitor to go from soccer to basketball within a few days. Dribble handoff to Fox. Eck fired the pass into Hendricks. And then Hendricks is tied up by Natalia Ordonez. Another good defensive play made by Ordonez. NJCU is giving Amherst a battle today. They've played hard throughout, including 2 very competitive quarters, and this might be a third. Maraja Bacon, and as she turned the corner, a foul on the floor. And this will be against Cam Hendricks. So 4 team fouls, a chance for NJCU to be even more aggressive offensively and get to the free throw line. And this ball deflecting off of Maeve McNamara, I think intentionally, recovered by the Gothic Knights. And then Hendricks with the block on Maya Neal. Great length there by Cam Hendricks at 6'1". And the pass up top nearly stolen by Fox. Neal may have forced it. Certainly under duress. McNamara to push. Joined by Fox, and McNamara had to be fouled. As Maeve McNamara raced ahead, she goes to the free throw line. As I said, Maeve against Emmanuel College in a 30-point win set a new Amherst single-game record with 12 assists. As she misses the first free throw. Broke the previous record of 10 that occurred by her incumbent, Hannah Hackley, back in 2016. And McNamara able to make the second free throw, her first point of the game. Not necessarily an offensive player, but someone that's a ball handler and a very good defender. And now an illegal screen called against Maya Neal. So that's an NJCU turnover. And what's interesting, too, at this moment, that the turnover number is fairly even, 15 apiece. And we get another NJCU foul. And Maraja Bacon picking up number 3, sending Hannah Fox, an elite free throw shooter, to the line. But Fox missed her first of the season earlier today. Had started out 12 of 12 as she has the first one here. Amherst has put 4 players into double figures. They don't have that necessarily 25 a game type player. But their defense collectively is super. And in a NESCAC where games are decided upon executing, Bacon, Maraja Bacon, wild shot, offensive rebound, pulled out by Neal. And an Amherst foul. Maeve McNamara. So this is Maya Neal to shoot the free throws. Maya 4 of 7 in her sophomore year. And Maya is off in the first. Christine Bizza back in for NJCU. And for the Gothic Knights, well, it could be if they shore up their free throw shooting a bit more. But they're 12 of 17, pretty solid percentage. Second one was good by Maya Neal, her first points. Fox, right hand scoop shot, getting inside the defender Bizza. Terrific finish from Hannah Fox, who's got 16 to lead Amherst. And then a follow, Taylor Gaston missed it with Hendricks able to rebound. Sullivan the leave. And Zafiro, good extra pass. Fox the baseline drive. And the blocking foul with Bizza in the restricted area. As Bizza tried to draw the charge, that'll be her 5th and final foul. And Bizza shaken up. And Bizza walking off the floor behind the basket and holding her head. Christine, a senior from Fort Lee, New Jersey. Did not play last year, but a very tough defender, stood in there to try to take the charge against Hannah Fox. So Fox will shoot a pair of free throws. Just filled up the stat sheet. 4 rebounds, 4 blocks for Fox, 3 steals, 16 points. And Fox showed what Coach G.P. Gromacki was talking about, how she can pull off a lot of different kinds of shots. She has a lot of great moves, plays a complete floor game. She makes both. 18 for Fox. Last year, Fox was second on the team in scoring, right behind Madeline Eck. Eck averaged 11.8, Fox 11.3. And the great balance that Amherst has had. Montalvo, 68-41. This game was in a 19-point range, and a timeout called by NJCU early in the fourth quarter. And now it's a matter for NJCU if they can get the game to be under 20 for a final score. What a real positive this could be for the Gothic Knights against a great team. As I said, Amherst, number 7 in the country, after consecutive 33-0 seasons, just had their 68-game winning streak come to an end November the 20th. And a team that is going to be prepared to capture another national championship with 2 preseason All-Americans. But Maraja Bacon has proven that she could score against great competition. And NJCU also down 2 players, with Jasmine Reese out for the season and Mary Moan Graham also out for the season, their backup point guard. So their lineup is a little bit in flux. Reese, a 6'1" center, would certainly have helped today. (68-41). This game got put together quite late, and credit Coach Patavani for putting a team like Amherst on the schedule, and I think his team is going to get a lot out of this. Maraja Bacon, and shooting through traffic, shot no good. She shot over Megan Sullivan as Hendricks is fouled on the rebound. And NJCU has also put Amherst a lot at the free throw line. That's going to be an area that will have to change. Amherst 16 of 19 at the free throw line. Cam Hendricks knocking down the first. As Jay Duvall and Kate Sullivan return, Gabby Zafiro sitting. Hendricks with 2 more free throws. 18 of 21 free throw shooting for Amherst. And while they shot just 42% from the floor, they left a lot of points at the rim. But a team that is going to be a really tough out somewhere deep in the NCAA tournament. Gotta like their size and the depth that they have. Here's a corner jumper as Emily Ruiz just came into the game for the first time for NJCU. Freshman guard from Jersey City's Dickinson High School via County Prep. And Ruiz, who plays very hard, and another developmental player for the Gothic Knights. Duval driving on Montalvo, who's able to strip it, and the ball out of bounds. Good active hands from Jasenia Montalvo. Montalvo went behind the back, then the kick out, and there's a 3, the second for Zaira Taylor-Gaston. Her second made 3, and she's got both for NJCU. Sullivan, Megan Sullivan, off it went, then a finish from Danny Valdez. Good team passing there from Amherst. And Amherst now with 17 assists on 24 made field goals. Duval rebounds the misses. Will hit 3 minutes to go. This was a 14-11 game at the end of the first quarter. But Amherst, and over this 3+ year run, has typically had a lopsided quarter in their favor. as Maya Neal picks up her fourth. Maeve McNamara to the free throw line. And today it was the second quarter, 23-5. It was an 18-15 third quarter for Amherst. And that's what made their 70-67 loss to Eastern Connecticut so unusual. Eastern not necessarily a usual dominant team. As McNamara made the first. And then the second was that against Eastern Connecticut State that they had a quarter that went against them. Eastern got to the free throw line all game in that one, had a terrible fourth quarter shooting the ball, gave up a 16-0 run, and they were up 16 in the second half as there's Yesenia Montalvo stepping into a three in rhythm. And also into the game is Ariana Moore, 5'6" freshman from Linden, New Jersey for the first time. Sullivan, and ripped the pass into Danny Valdez, and that's a turnover. Amherst will bring back Courtney Resch as Megan Sullivan will sit. Amherst season high in points was that 30-point win over Emmanuel. They have a chance to break that today as Montalvo will get herself back to the free throw line. And this is going to serve as a confidence building game for the non-Bacon players for NJCU. Can they step up more with the calendar headed quickly towards NJAC play, with Montclair State coming up here on Wednesday? And Montclair State, a power in the conference, followed by a home game on the 8th and the 10th against Rutgers Newark and St. Elizabeth next Monday. Montalvo making one of two. 73-48. Hendricks, great pass ahead, Duval. And Duval beautifully passing it inside to Danny Valdez. Valdez becomes the 5th different Mammoth into double figures. She has 10. Quick three, Montalvo is short. Fox with 18, Cam Hendricks with 14. And a quick catch and shoot three, that's off from Lauren Pelosi. Offensive follow missed by Resch, and racing in for the rebound is Maraja Bacon. Bacon going for 30, and she'll have to earn it at the free throw line. So with 1:03 left, with Resch picking up the personal, and for Maraja, it is now a 30-point game against the nation's number 7 team. And it'll take some good research to find out the last time a player scored 31 against Amherst. As Maraja Bacon will exit for the final time, she'll end up playing almost a full 40 minutes. Gabrielle Zafiro also back on the floor. Amherst would love to get her a basket in somewhat of a homecoming game for the Long Island native. Duval made the tough catch. Zafiro to the basket and is going to the free throw line. And a foul was against Natalia Ordonez, picking up her 5th. So the second Gothic Knight to foul out. So Gabrielle Zafiro, she's played limited minutes, still looking for her first career field goal. And is 3 of 8 at the free throw line. And trying to get herself adjusted to that big step from being a high school dominant player, an iconic Long Island star, to being now a small fish in a national championship pond. And Zafiro able to make the second. 76-50. NJCU had cut this to 19 in the fourth quarter. Ariana Moore's pass stolen away. Zafiro ahead, Duval for the lay-in. Nice pass from Zafiro. Duval ties her career high of 13 points. And Amherst matches its season high in points as Montavo airballs a shot. And underneath, Taylor Gaston lost it out of bounds with 9.6 to go. It'll just get tougher for NJCU taking on Montclair State on the road. But they did some good things today. Maisha Bacon driving into traffic. Shot does not count, and it's a 78-50 final for Amherst, the number 7 team in the country. Improves to 5-1. While the Gothic Knights still looking for their first win, they fall to 0-6. But NJCU star senior Maraja Bacon among the leading scorers in the NJAC. She puts up a season best. Or check that, they say that there was a late foul, so Maya Neal will shoot the free throws. And Neal adds 2 more to make it 78-52. And there was a late foul, so it's just elementary at this point, 78-52. But a terrific effort for Maraja Bank with 29 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Did not shoot a great percentage, 11 of 29. But she showed she could score against the nation's elite. Amherst puts 5 players into double figures, led by preseason second-team All-American Hannah Fox's 18, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 13 and 8 rebounds for Jade Duval off the bench. Cam Hendricks, 14 points on 4 of 8 with a couple of threes. Madeline Eck had 11, and Danny Valdez had 10 points and 6 rebounds as Amherst sweeps their New York City area back-to-back. They end up shooting 42%, 6 of 12 from 3. But NJC was able to turn them over 16 times, 16 turnovers apiece. And Amherst showed that they have terrific balance, and their defense was tested a bit. They gave up 52 points, a respectable number today for NJCU, including the remarkable individual effort from Maraja Bacon with 29 points. NJCU will be on the road coming up next on Wednesday, and NJAC Power Montclair State. They'll be back here at home on Saturday, December the 8th at 3 p.m., taking on NJAC rival Rutgers Newark. For my video director, Paul Tanusili, my name is Ralpd Bednarczyk saying so long and have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for watching NJCU.